I request everyone to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, has joined. We'd like to extend a very warm welcome to her to the valedictory ceremony of the Black Swan Summit India. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. And I'll request everyone to keep standing now in respect of our national anthem.
तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाए तब जय गाता जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, everyone. We would once again like to extend a very warm welcome to the Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, to the valedictory ceremony of Black Swan Summit India. We would also like to welcome all other esteemed dignitaries on dais, Dr. Hari Babu Kambhampati, Honorable Governor of Odisha, Shri Mohan Charan Majhi, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Dr. Mukesh Mahaling, Honorable Minister for Electronics and Information Technology, Health and Family Welfare, Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Odisha, Shri Suryavanshi Suraj, Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Sports and Youth Services, Odia Language, Literature and Culture, Government of Odisha, Srimati Anu Garg, Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha, and Shri Ravi Menon, Chairman, Board of Directors, Global Finance and Technology Network. Ladies and gentlemen, Odisha is proud to have hosted the Black Swan Summit India at a time when the state is steadily emerging as a national fintech and digital innovation hub, positioning itself at the forefront of India's evolving discourse on artificial intelligence, digital finance, and future-ready employment. And the Honorable President's gracious presence at this valedictory ceremony today has made the occasion truly momentous. On that note, may I now request the Chief Secretary of Odisha, Srimati Anu Garg, to present the welcome address. Let's welcome her with a round of applause.
Good evening. Honorable President of India, Honorable Governor of Odisha, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Honorable Minister of ENIT, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Chairman of the Global Finance and Technology Network, distinguished global leaders, investors, partners, students, and friends. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to welcome Honorable President of India to this August gathering. Welcome, ma'am. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of the Honorable President of India. Her presence affirms that the journey of states like Odisha, rooted in inclusion and transformation, is central to India's future. For Bharat Netra and for this summit, the Honorable President's presence marks a moment of national recognition. It signals that Odisha's transition from a mine-driven economy to a mind-driven economy, a technology-enabled economy, is aligned with the larger vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. Madam, the Black Swan Summit India, organized by Government of Odisha under the Bharat Netra initiative in partnership with the Global Finance and Technology Network, positions Odisha as a nation-building platform for India's next phase of digital and economic growth. Over these 2 days, Bhubaneswar has hosted more than 1,500 delegates from 24 countries and nearly 100 speakers from 5 continents. 7,000 students will be trained in FinTech and InsurTech from all across Orissa, Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities and villages, and the first cohort, you will be happy to know, of the 5-month hybrid program has graduated with around 195 students completing the course. Of these, many will be placed in Japan and Singapore. The mantra of the state is skilled in Orissa, skilling for the world. Under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, there is a clear vision the state has to serve as a platform for India's next phase of digital-led growth. For all global corporations and investors who are present here, we want to tell you that the state offers policy stability, regulatory clarity, institutional continuity, and a growing industry-ready talent base, and a governance framework which is rooted in trust. Some of the global leaders who have joined this summit include Douglas Fagan of Ant International, and they are all sitting here. Ravi Menon, who's sitting on the dais with us, and Michael Schlein of Axion, Tech U of NUS, Makato Shibata of Finolab, Mr. Kimihiro Sagakuchi of SMBC Global Services, and many such who are all present here, and we are very happy to have them in our midst. Today, we also witness the signing of some very strategic MOUs, including one with Sarvam AI. We are very happy also that Singapore headquartered ANT International, along with GFTN and the state government, are partnering for the women self-help groups and how to ensure that our women self-help groups become from SHG to SME. Orissa stands ready to demonstrate how inclusive governance, future-ready talent, global collaboration, and trusted digital infrastructure can deliver prosperity at scale, both for Samruddha Odisha and Vikasit Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your address. Ladies and gentlemen, as is the traditional and customary practice, may I now request the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Mohan Charan Majhi, to welcome and felicitate the Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, by presenting a memento. As you can all see, it is a specially crafted silver filigree Boita Bandana memento being presented to the Honorable President of India, symbolizing Odisha's maritime legacy, spirit of enterprise, and cultural pride. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have amidst us today Sri Ravi Menon, Chairman of the Board of Directors, Global Finance and Technology Network, Ambassador for Climate Action Singapore, and former Managing Director of the Monetary Authority of Singapore. A distinguished global leader, Sri Menon has steered Singapore's central bank through transformative growth, helped develop its fintech and green finance ecosystem, and now leads GFTN's mission to harness technology for more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable financial systems worldwide. May I request him to address this gathering. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, Honorable Governor of Odisha, Sri Hari Babu Khambanpadi, Honorable Chief Minister for Odisha, Sri Mohan Charan Majhi, Honorable Minister for Education and Electronics and Information Technology, Government of Odisha, Sri Mukesh Mahaling, Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Government of Odisha, Sri Suryabanshi Suraj. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar. On behalf of many of us who have come to India and Odisha from abroad, let me say thank you for the very warm welcome you've given us. It is a privilege to be here in the land of Odisha, the land of Lord Jagannath, a land shaped by its deep spiritual heritage and a long history of resilience, learning, and connectivity. We are meeting at a time of seismic shifts taking place in technology, especially in artificial intelligence. The question is not whether technology will drive economic growth. It most certainly will. The real question is, will technology translate into jobs, inclusion, and dignity? And there is no better place to ask this question than here in India. India is one of the fastest growing countries in the world, yet has more people living in poverty than anywhere else. If India can address this question well, it offers a pathway for many other developing countries. And India has already begun to do so. Can digital finance reach the last mile? Yes, it can. India has opened more than 500 million Jan Dhan digital bank accounts. Now, this is not just an abstract statistic. It means wages credited directly into an account instead of being paid in cash. It means government subsidies for the poor received without leakages or intermediaries. It means the opportunity to save securely and to plan ahead. Can digital public infrastructure democratize opportunity? Yes, it can. Take the India stack, Aadhaar, UPI, account aggregators. Its design features, interoperable systems, low-cost access, and consent-based data sharing enable not just access to bank accounts, but makes possible insurance for all and financial resilience across the life cycle. But the substantive work in harnessing technology to promote jobs, inclusion, and dignity still lies ahead of us. That's the reality. We need to get 3 ingredients right: skills training, inclusive policies, and collaborative partnerships. First, skills training. Let me start with an uncomfortable truth. Many education systems, including in advanced economies, are failing the next generation. Graduates struggle to find jobs, even as firms struggle to find workers with the right skills. This widening gap between education and employability is one of the defining labor market challenges of our time. The problem is not just in our systems, but in our mindsets. We worship credentials over capabilities. We privilege academic pathways over vocational excellence. We need a fundamental rebalancing. Not just theory, but skills. Not just certificates, but employability. Not one pathway, but many. We need lifelong learning. The future of work will not be linear. Skills today have much shorter shelf life. What we learn at 20 may be obsolete by 30 or 40. People will change roles and sectors multiple times during their lifetimes. Education can no longer be front-loaded at the start of life. It must be continuous, it must be modular, and it must be adaptable. Mid-career transitions must be supported through stackable credentials, employer-linked training, and flexible learning that fits around family and work responsibilities. We need AI that does not replace human judgment, but augments it. Not all AI is the same. Big AI, many of us are familiar, large models, reshaping knowledge work. Those will concentrate benefits in cities and corporations. Equally important is small AI, models that run on mobile phones and low-cost devices. Imagine a health worker in Odisha diagnosing common illnesses supported by AI tools that guide triage and treatment. A farmer receiving advice on soil health, water stress, or weather resilient cropping just from a photo of his field. A street vendor optimizing inventory based on local weather, festivals, and footfall patterns. The second ingredient, inclusive policies. National visions of inclusion succeed or fail in states. It is states that decide whether inclusion reaches the last mile or gets lost in the middle. Odisha has prioritized social cohesion, community protection, and human development. It is a state that has moved from disaster response to disaster resilience, integrating satellite data, early warning systems, and community preparedness to minimize loss of lives and livelihoods along a very vulnerable coastline. It is a state that has empowered women through self-help groups, aggregating savings, expanding access to credit, and linking women-led enterprises to markets. It is a state that has invested in skilling missions aligned with real employer demand using technology-enabled training to turn skills into jobs. All this are inclusive policies. The third ingredient, collaborative partnerships. Odisha's approach to collaborative partnerships stands out. By creating synergies across the private sector, development institutions, and knowledge networks, it is beginning to punch above its weight. And last year, Odisha took another bold step in collaboration. At the invitation of President Droupadi Murmu, Singapore President Dharman Shanmugaratnam visited India in January last year. His two-day visit to Odisha during that trip signaled Odisha's strategic importance as India's eastern gateway and marked a watershed moment in Singapore-Odisha relations. A total of 8 MOUs were signed, establishing partnership frameworks across several areas. One of those MOUs is the reason why we are here today. The government of Odisha and Singapore's Global Finance and Technology Network, GFTN, entered a strategic partnership to grow the FinTech and InsurTech ecosystem in Odisha. We have made substantial progress in just 1 year of this Bharat Netra partnership. First, the National University of Singapore's Asian Institute of Digital Finance designed and delivered a hands-on training program in FinTech and InsurTech skills. And as we heard, the first cohort of 195 students graduated just 2 days ago. These students worked on real-world capstone projects with some 10 industry partners, learning how to harness digital finance to improve people's lives. Most of them are now being considered for FinTech and InsurTech jobs in these firms. And a second cohort will start training next month. Second, together we launched an incubation and mentorship program for startups. It is an intensive 5-day bootcamp to help these startups make better products, access capital and global networks, and build scalable businesses. Third, we're working with partners to operationalize a global capability center. This will serve as an offshore hub in Odisha, where financial institutions can collaborate with startups, corporates, and technology leaders to gain access to skilled talent and innovation capabilities. Fourth, we are starting work on women's empowerment here in Odisha. GFTN and Ant International will sign a letter of intent with Mission Shakti, India's largest women's self-help group movement. And we had the good fortune of visiting Mission Shakti just yesterday. We are working on 3 deliverables. 1, help women-led MSMEs market their products on international platforms. 2, plug women entrepreneurs into global value chains through digital tools. And 3, showcase selected entrepreneurs at the Singapore FinTech Festival later this year. Let me conclude. If states like Odisha get this right, technology which promotes jobs, inclusion, and dignity, it will offer a template for many developing countries. And platforms like GFTN exist precisely for this purpose, to foster collaborative partnerships, to share knowledge, to co-create solutions, and scale what works. The outcome is not inevitable, but it is possible if we have the wisdom to rethink education, the courage to promote innovation, the humility to seek collaborative partnerships, and the compassion to put people at the center of everything we do. Thank you very much, Namaskar.
Thank you, Sri Menon, for that very insightful address. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Black Swan Summit India draws towards its culmination, we now come to one of its most meaningful outcomes, reflecting the spirit of collaboration, foresight, and action that has defined these 2 days. We will now witness the exchange of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Department of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of Odisha, and Sarvam AI, a landmark step towards the development of a sovereign AI park in Odisha and a strong testament to the state's commitment to building future-ready, trusted digital infrastructure. May I request Additional Chief Secretary, Electronics and IT and Energy Department, Government of Odisha, Mr. Vishal Kumar Dev, and Mr. Pratyush Kumar, CEO, Sarvam AI, to join on stage for the MOU exchange. The full-stack sovereign AI park would be a purpose-built innovation district that brings together compute, talent, research, startups, global enterprises, and government use cases within a single integrated physical campus with deployment of population scale and voice-enabled AI applications across priority sectors. This will enable citizens, particularly in rural, tribal areas, to access information on entitlement, benefit, and grievance redressal through simple conversational interfaces. Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Mohan Charan Majhi, whose own journey from humble beginnings to the highest seat of public office embodies the power of aspiration, dedication to public service, and immense personal grit. In just about 20 months of governance, he has infused Odisha's development story with momentum and clarity, positioning the state as one of India's growth engines, strengthening ease of doing business, and advancing Odisha's vision as a FinTech and innovation hub, making it a natural host for a global platform like the Black Swan Summit India. May I now humbly request the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Mohan Charan Majhi ji, to address the valedictory ceremony of this global summit. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Jai Jagannath. Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, Honorable Governor of Odisha, Dr. Haribabu Kumbhampati ji, Honorable Ministers Odisha, Dr. Mukesh Mahaling and Sri Surjavangshi Surosh, Chief Secretary Srimati Anu Garg, Chairman, Board of Directors, GFTN, Sri Ravi Menon, distinguished global leaders, policy makers, international dignitaries, students and entrepreneurs. It is a proud privileged to welcome the Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, and all dignitaries to the first edition of the India Black Swan Summit 2026 in Odisha. This summit is a platform where governments, institutions, and companies can chart paths and establish sustainable projects for a secure future. Odisha's development journey reflects deliberate choices. We have built credible institutions, enhanced people's capabilities, and ensured credible governance. Odisha is positioned as India's gateway of Asia, connecting the global south with Indo-Pacific economics. Over recent years, structural reforms have strengthened our investment climate while keeping people at the center of growth. We have simplified businesses, processes, strengthened single window systems, and introduced policies for IT, electronics, FinTech, AI, and other emerging technologies. आज ओडिशा विशेष रूप से ओडिशा की युवा वर्ग के लिए एक ऐतिहासिक दिन होने जा रहा है। ये सम्मेलन का नाम भी यथार्थ रूप में रखा गया है। हम सब जानते हैं कि स्वान अर्थात राजहंस सफेद रंग का ही होता है। ब्लैक स्वान अर्थात काले रंग का राजहंस बहुत ही रेयर होता है। इसलिए वित्तीय बाजार या फिर आर्थिक परिस्थिति में कोई बहुत ही रेयर घटनाक्रम को कहा जाता है ब्लैक स्वान इवेंट। इसी संदर्भ में आज का ये कार्यक्रम रोजगार को क्षेत्र में कोई ब्लैक स्वान इवेंट से कम नहीं है। माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी की सदैव उपस्थिति ये कार्यक्रम को और भी भव्य बनाता है। हमारी सरकार राज्य में आते हुए बस 20 महीने ही हुए हैं, पर मुझे ये कहने में कोई संकोच नहीं है कि ये समय में हमारी सरकार ओडिशा की आर्थिक और औद्योगिक दृष्टिकोण से एक बिजनेस अनुकूल वातावरण बनाने के लिए समर्थ हुए हैं, जिसका परिणाम अब देखने को मिलता है। पिछले एक साल में जब से हम उत्कर्ष ओडिशा मेक इन ओडिशा कॉन्क्लेव का आगाज किए थे, आज लगभग एक साल में ही 2.5 करोड़ से भी ज्यादा की निवेश का ग्राउंड ब्रेकिंग किए गए हैं। आज के परिवर्तनशील जमाने में निरंतर से इनोवेशन करते रहना जरूरी है, क्योंकि आजकल हर एक क्षेत्र टेक्नोलॉजी से जुड़ा हुआ है। भारत को टेक्नोलॉजी में आगे रखने के लिए यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने बहुत सारे कार्यक्रम किए हैं, जैसे कि डिजिटल इंडिया, स्टार्टअप इंडिया, एआई पॉलिसी। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की ये विजन और मार्गदर्शन से भारत नेत्र कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत किया गया है। Women's participation is key to these progresses, supported by initiatives like Subhadra and Mukhya Mantri Kanya Vivah Yojana for economic empowerment and financial inclusion. Odisha's growth depends on innovation. This initiative began with an MOU signed during Singapore's President Mr. Tharman Shanmugaratnam's visit in January 2025. It is an integrated global financial technology capability hub established in partnership with the Global Finance and Technology Network GFTN of Singapore and the Asian Institute of Digital Finance AIDF at the National University of Singapore in US. And today we are seeing the results reflecting on the ground. भारत नेत्र 4 पिलर पे बना हुआ है: स्किल माइंड शेयर, इनोवेशन और ग्लोबल कैपेबिलिटी सेंटर। इसके तहत अगले 5 साल में 7,000 से भी ज़्यादा युवाओं को प्रशिक्षण दिया जाएगा। GFTN, AIDF और NUS की सहायता से हमारी युवा आधुनिकतम विषय जैसे कि फिनटेक, इंश्योरटेक फिनटेक के क्षेत्र में प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त हो सकेंगे। पहला बैच अपना कोर्स समाप्त करते के नियुक्ति अवसर प्राप्त हो चुके हैं। कुछ चुनिंदा विद्यार्थियों को सिंगापुर और जापान जाने के लिए भी अवसर मिला है। मैं सबको बधाई देता हूं। इनोवेशन को बल देने के लिए हमारी सरकार IT पॉलिसी 2025 लागू कर चुके हैं और अगले कुछ महीने में एक अच्छा फिनटेक पॉलिसी लाने जा रहे हैं। ये दोनों पॉलिसी भविष्य में इनोवेशन को गति देगा। हमारे नियोजित कार्यक्रम जैसे कि एक आधुनिक डाटा सेंटर की स्थापना, सेमीकंडक्टर इंडस्ट्री प्रतिष्ठा, सेमीकंडक्टर के क्षेत्र में प्रशिक्षित मानव संबल को विकसित करना, भारत नेत्र के लक्ष्य और उद्देश्य को साकार करने के लिए बल मिलेगा। भारत नेत्र पहल के तहत 2 दिन का ब्लैक स्वान समिट इंडिया 2026 कल से शुरू हुआ है। इस समिट का मकसद ओडिशा को आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, फिनटेक और इंश्योरटेक के लिए एक उभरते हुए हब को तौर पर बनाना है। साथ ही राज्य के विजन 2036 और 2027 को डिजिटल फाइनेंस और एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी में प्रैक्टिकल तरीके से लागू करना है। भारत में पहली बार हो रहे इस समिट में 24 देशों से 1700 से भी ज़्यादा डेलीगेट्स ने हिस्सा लिया है, जो इसकी ग्लोबल अहमियत को दिखाता है। I urge policymakers, investors, and entrepreneurs to place Odisha at the center of your future plans. We have taken the first step together. We can make a quantum leap. Yes, we are ready to building the state of Odisha into Samruddh Odisha by 2036 and Viksit Odisha and contributing to the cause of Viksit Bharat by 2047. I would like to say that our partnership is a testimony to that belief and confidence. I extend my sincere thanks and gratitude to the Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, for her kind presence in this India Black Swan Summit 2026. Thank you to all. Jai Hind.
Thank you to our Honorable Chief Minister, sir, for the inspiring address. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have the esteemed presence of Dr. Haribabu Kambhampati, Honorable Governor of Odisha, with us today, an academician par excellence, a teacher and a man dedicated to public service. He has traveled across Odisha, interacted with people, people's representatives, as well as officials working towards the development of the state. May I now request him to address this gathering. Let's welcome him with a round of applause.
Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Sri Mohan Charan Maji ji, Honorable Minister of IT, Dr. Mukesh Mahalang ji, Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Sri Surya Vamsa Suraj ji, Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha, Srimati Anu Garg ji, Chairman of Board of Directors, Global Finance and Technology Networks, GFTN, Sri Ravi Menon ji, and distinguished participants in the conference, guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to address this August gathering at the Indian edition of the Black Swan Summit here in the historic city of Bhubaneswar, a city that beautifully blends ancient wisdom with modern aspirations. At the outset, I express my deepest appreciation to the Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu ji, for graciously gracing this summit. Her presence bestows dignity and a profound sense of national purpose upon this platform, reaffirming our Republic's commitment to the responsible, inclusive, and ethical use of technology in advancing governance, opportunity, and progress. This summit comes at a defining moment in human history. Across the world, disruptive changes, what we call Black Swan events, are reshaping societies, economies, and institutions. Yet, as this summit rightly reminds us, uncertainty is not something to be feared, but an opportunity to be understood and transformed into strategic advantage. Odisha is proud to host this global platform for the first time in India, with delegates from across continents and a strong focus on artificial intelligence, FinTech, InsurTech, digital finance, and frontier technologies. This summit positions Odisha as an emerging hub for innovation, skills, and inclusive growth. At the heart of all progress lies a simple yet powerful truth, that is, every technology, invention, and creation must serve the common good. Its true purpose is not merely efficiency or profit, but the easing of human life, the widening of opportunity, and the strengthening of social equity. Therefore, it is our collective responsibility as policymakers, technologists, educators, entrepreneurs, and citizens to ensure that these powerful tools are used ethically, inclusively, and wisely. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, distributed technologies, and digital infrastructure are no longer distant possibilities. They are rapidly becoming the foundations of governance, finance, healthcare, education, and industry. The real question before us is not whether technology will transform society, but how we will guide that transformation. Odisha believes that the role of the state is not only to adopt technology, but to shape an enabling ecosystem, one that promotes innovation while safeguarding public interest, social justice, and democratic values. This includes aligning policy, skills, and infrastructure with the national priorities such as financial inclusion, employment generation, and sustainable development. Human capital remains our greatest strength. As technologies evolve, so must our skills, institutions, and mindsets. Our youth must be equipped not only with technical expertise, but also with creativity, adaptability, ethical awareness, and a strong sense of social responsibility. Platforms such as this summit, with its focus on skilling, employment, and global capability centers, play a vital role in bridging education, industry, and governance. Technology must enhance governance, expand access to services, empower the marginalized, and create dignified livelihoods. Growth must be inclusive. Innovation must be responsible. And progress must be sustainable. Let this summit not remain merely a forum for dialogue, but become a catalyst for action, translating ideas into policies, partnerships, and practices that build resilient economies and compassionate societies. I once again thank the Honorable President of India for her inspiring presence, and I commend the organizers for bringing together such a distinguished and diverse gathering. Thank you. Jai Hind.
We would like to express gratitude to the Honorable Governor of Odisha for his inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, today's valedictory ceremony attains a moment of profound national significance with the gracious presence of the Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu. While her ascent as the constitutional head of the country reflects the greatness of the democratic foundations of India, her inspiring life journey is rooted in resilience, dignity, and the transformative power of education, and stands as a living testament to how knowledge and opportunity can reshape individual lives and collective future. This deeply resonates with the spirit of the Black Swan Summit, which underscores the role of education, skills, and human capital in navigating technological disruption and building inclusive, future-ready societies. It is a privilege to have her august presence, grace, and elevate this historic occasion. May I respectfully invite the Honorable President of India, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, to address the valedictory ceremony of the Black Swan Summit India. Let's welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Governor of Odisha, Sri Haribabu Kambhapati ji, Chief Minister Sri Mohan Charan Majhi ji, Ministers in Government of Odisha, Dr. Mukesh Mahaling ji and Sri Suryavangshi Suraj, Chief Secretary Government of Odisha, Sri Anu Garg, Chairman of the Board of Directors, Global Finance and Technology Network, Sri Robi Menon ji, distinguished guests, participants from industry, academia, and civil society, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy to be among you all at this important event related to the digital and financial transformation of Odisha. I commend the Odisha government and Global Finance and Technology Network for co-organizing the summit as part of the Bharat Netra initiative. I am happy to know that Government of Odisha has launched Bharat Netra, an initiative for building a future-ready workforce and innovation ecosystem in digital, financial, and insurance technology sectors. The Black Swan Summit is a global platform to explore how technological innovation can build more resilience and bring inclusion. I am happy to know that it has brought together policymakers, technologists, financial institutions, and investors on a single platform who have deliberated over 2 days on various topics, ranging from AI and FinTech innovation to sustainable finance, digital public infrastructure, and empowerment of small and medium enterprises. Today, we are living in a time when technology is evolving at an unprecedented pace. New innovations arrive so rapidly that our systems, skills, and business models often struggle to keep up. Automation, artificial intelligence, and machine learning are transforming every sphere of life: education, healthcare, jobs, and business. At the same time, these rapid advancements can also bring serious challenges, including cybersecurity threats, deepfakes, misinformation, and an increasing dependence on technology. However, the rapid technological changes have a huge positive impact on innovation and growth. Through events such as this summit, innovative methods can be explored to leverage technologies further enhancing capabilities through skilling, generate employment, and accelerate the digital and financial transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, in the past decade, India has witnessed an impactful innovation in the financial system. India is the fastest growing major economy in the world. Our country is moving towards becoming the world's third largest economy in the near future. This has been possible due to enabling policies of the Government of India, supported by innovations in digital and financial systems. In the past 11 years, more than 57 crore Jan Dhan accounts have been opened across the country, which is a revolution in access, trust, and wide participation of people. Today, with a simple smartphone and a basic bank account, a woman receives welfare benefits directly in her account, a farmer receives payment on time, and a small kirana shop accepts digital payments from any customer. For them, FinTech is not a technical term. It has become their lifeline. India's FinTech story should be remembered not only as a tale of technology, but also as that of gender justice. Women constitute an important segment that requires focused attention for the promotion of FinTech. FinTech must view them not only as end users, but as leaders, professionals, and entrepreneurs. Today, more than 56% of Jan Dhan accounts are held by women. Therefore, for every new platform, product, or policy, it needs to be evaluated if it makes women active participation in the digital and financial ecosystem. An inclusive FinTech ecosystem is one in which women are visible at every level, from village entrepreneurs and banking correspondents to engineers, founders, and board members. I am happy to know that separate session was held on scaling women's skills and supporting women-led SMEs in the summit. Even as there are achievements to be proud of, there are known and unknown challenges that need to be overcome. FinTech does not guarantee inclusion on its own. Therefore, FinTech does not guarantee inclusion on its own. There continue to be citizens, especially in remote, tribal, and rural areas, who are not conversant with the digital tools. Skilling them is very important to make them participants in the development journey. Only then, FinTech can become an engine of inclusion, employment generation, and promotion of entrepreneurship. I urge our entrepreneurs and innovators to ensure that technology becomes a tool for social justice and inclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, to cater to this growth story, there is a need for FinTech and InsurTech, as well as a skilled workforce. FinTech is about trust and human dignity. Digital finance is about giving citizens greater financial control over their lives. It is also about making the governance systems more responsive, transparent, and human. This citizen-centric thinking remains at the heart of India's FinTech journey. Artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming our economy and society. The Government of India has launched India AI Mission to promote AI research, innovation, and ethical use. The upcoming India AI Impact Summit to be held in New Delhi this month is expected to attract participation from about 100 countries. This event aims to ensure that AI is seen not merely as a technological advancement, but as a strategic tool to enable inclusive growth and expand access to opportunities that have historically been out of reach for large segments of the population. I am confident that this event will play a huge role in leveraging global AI expertise and technology for benefit of people. I am happy to note that Odisha is also moving ahead in this direction and adopting artificial intelligence to improve governance, healthcare, agriculture, and public science service delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, technology has a huge potential for making positive impact on all sectors of economy and all sections of society. However, at times it can be misused for financial frauds. Online financial frauds can cause people to lose their life savings and suffer high-level mental and social distress. It is pertinent to enhance awareness among people, to be vigilant and alert to prevent such frauds. The Government of India has undertaken various measures to prevent and report such frauds, including setting up of Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center, Citizen Financial Cyber Fraud Reporting and Management System, and Cyber Fraud Mitigation Center. Ensuring digital and financial literacy is essential to deter online financial fraud. It can be made part of school curricula so that the advantages and disadvantages of technology can be understood at a young age. I urge all stakeholders to make every effort to enhance digital and financial literacy among people. Advancing skill development, establishing global capability centers, and enhancing innovation capacity is an investment in human capital. This is where the role of such a summit becomes important. I am confident that it will enable the youth and entrepreneurs of the state to participate in the global and digital economy. These efforts show that Odisha is ready not only to adopt financial technology for transformation, but it also geared up the help shape the FinTech ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, we are marching ahead to build Viksit Bharat by 2047. All stakeholders should ensure that this journey remains anchored in the core values of inclusion, fairness, and dignity. I am confident that discussions and collaborations that emerge from this summit will be of transformative, effective, not only for Odisha, but also for India and the world. I extend my best wishes to you all for a bright future. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Honorable President Madam, for your inspiring and visionary address. May I now request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभाशिष मागे गाए तब जय गाता जन गण मंगलदायक जयते भारत भाग्य विधाता